is up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Vicecast. And as usual, it's the same two cast of characters. I'm Rex, and with me
I'm
today,
Finn.
you already know us pretty well.
I
So
said it too early again.
that's okay. It's always hard to hand it off, and then sometimes people don't get the cue, and other times they do get the cue, and I still want to say something else like that time. But oh well. You announced yourself. We can start over again. You ready? Hold on. Hey, welcome to Vicecast episode 8. It's the same cast of characters yet again. You know me as Rex, and with me,
Finn, hail.
hey, look at
Finn,
that. See,
hail.
perfect.
Nailed it.
All right, so we actually have quite the amount of topics to talk about today.
We have a ton of topics for today.
We have some serious topics. We have some exciting topics. We have just some awesome gaming news topics and awesome even movie news topics this week.
Interesting topics and boring topics.
Alike.
Stupid topics.
Combined into episode 8, and that's what will define us for this episode.
Yes.
All right, so
I think we're gonna start with the fake swatting thing.
Yeah.
I heard about on GameSpot.com. You see a Twitch streamer, a pretty popular Twitch streamer called Trick2G. He likes to stream League of Legends. So he recently held a stream, and at the end of the stream, he basically staged a swatting scene. Like he tried to convince his viewers that he was actually getting swatted when that actually wasn't the case, and it was set up a prank for his viewers. So
if you guys don't know if you guys don't know what swatting is, it's a kind of like a phenomenon that's been going on in the streaming world where hackers. It's a serious thing where hackers figure out where a streamer lives based upon their IP address that they figure out through simple hacking, and they call the local police department or authorities in that streamer's area and convince them enough that there's something going down at the streamer's house, and they show up with SWAT. So they obviously convince them enough that it's something serious, and they show up midstream because that's the whole point, is to capture that whole incident on camera. And they break down the door or knock on the door, and they barge in and they do their normal police business. Securing the area and whatnot and all that.
And the viewers, of course, has the best seat for this show. They get to see it on seat behind.
They get to see it live,
screen.
and they get to see the streamer reaction and the police and all their weapons and serious business come in. It is a serious offense. It actually is illegal in terms of calling the police for absolutely no reason. And people can get in serious trouble and have gotten in serious trouble for calling the police for no reason and pretty much sending a SWAT team out to a place that has absolutely no business for a SWAT team to be. So that's a phenomenon that's been going on in the last couple of years now.
It's been a serious issue for a while now. I mean, not only is it illegal, it's stupid and dangerous.
Right.
I mean, during swatting, someone might get hurt, someone might even get killed. So
people are wasting your local police departments, their resources to actually go out and stop some other crime in another place instead of show up for your fun of hacking or whatever. And there's been a couple cases where someone got I know that one of the famous YouTubers, White Boy 7th Street, got swatted, and he actually got arrested because they found in his house drug paraphernalia. So he actually got arrested for that because of that.
But these are one of the few moments when I'm thankful that I'm not that popular on YouTube or Twitch,
Right.
because I'm not that likely to be swatted, because
Right.
I'm not that popular. It wouldn't be as entertaining. But the thing is, because it's such a serious issue, Twitch TV doesn't really have a sense of humor when it comes to swatting. So when this guy, Trick 2G, staged a fake swatting scene, he was basically banned from Twitch.
Yeah,
And
he's
of course,
banned from Twitch for 4 months now.
he complained, and I mean, tries to defend himself, saying that it was just in a good fun and laugh and stuff like that. But obviously Twitch doesn't want to support swatting as a fun thing, and
Right. And
and
that's what they're ultimately getting at. Of course, it's all in good fun and all that, but this, like we said, this is serious. When anything that involves police is a serious matter, even if it's just, I don't know, like someone stole the purse. If police, a burglary, if someone stole your purse on the street.
yeah.
When police get
So then,
involved, it becomes serious. They take it serious all the time, even when they're just dealing with petty crimes or something like that, because that's their job. Their job is to uphold the law, and stealing is illegal, so they're gonna take it serious. Swatting is just as serious because, like we said, in order for the police to send a SWAT team into a house, these guys are telling, I don't know, like, I have a gun, I don't know, something like that. I've heard all the stories of, the people saying that, or the police department coming out with a statement that the person called and said that there's someone in the house, has a gun, and is threatening to kill everybody, and that's when they send the SWAT team. And that's a lot
yeah,
of the, I'm sure that's a lot of the convincing on the hacker's part, because it's easy to say that. And get people to show up in terms of the police.
yeah. But I mean, even if it wasn't that convincing, I mean, it's their job to take these things seriously.
Right.
When they get a lead, they get
Right.
there and do their thing. It's their
Right.
job.
Yep.
So, what do you think about Twitch's decision to ban this guy from streaming?
I think I definitely think it's the right decision, because they're sending a message to other streamers that if they had that same idea, which I'm sure he's not the only person that's had the idea of staging a SWAT or a
And I'm sure
swatting
some
event.
people have already done it.
Right. And they're sending, like you said, they're sending the message that, this is, you can't
It's not
stage
acceptable. Yeah.
stuff like this where you're having someone dressed as a police officer, or a, an authoritative figure of the law, come in and fake arrest you or whatever. They're sending a message to their users that this is unacceptable, and
Yeah.
we won't tolerate it, and you will be banned, and you won't, if this is one of your sources of revenue, you're gonna be put on leave for the next, obviously 4 months seems to be the time period that they're gonna set out for this one. This is a benchmark here, so
Also, it's not banned forever.
no, it's just 4 months.
Well, then that's definitely the right call, I would
Right.
say.
If I'd say right, you ban him forever, that kind of takes away his ability to be, he was a content creator, and a lot of people, were on his, stream viewing his channel, and that not only does that help him, but that helps Twitch too. And you take away him, you take away, possibly take away quite a lot of viewers and people going on Twitch TV. So I think it's the right move, and they're setting a stern example with this guy,
Yeah.
Trick 2G, who's part of Team 2G in the League of Legends scene.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Don't promote swatting. It's dangerous and stupid.
it's very dangerous and extremely stupid. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, there was a famous guy out there that got in trouble anyways, because they searched his house and found some things. So you don't want to accidentally do that to people
Nah,
because
that
it's
sounds
not very
awkward.
kind. Anyways, let's moving on.
Yeah, let's move
So
on.
the other week we were talking about how Rocket League has to be coming to other consoles and
Yeah,
other platforms.
you did say that, yeah.
And of course, a couple days later, one of Rocket League's, I guess, head bosses from the developer of Psyonix. I think that's how you pronounce it. I never knew how to pronounce it yet. He said that we are in a position to release this game on other platforms, and he also added that it's 100% going to other platforms.
Yeah.
So it was kind of obvious. I stated that it was pretty obvious, and they're just losing out on so many, so many people playing the game on other platforms, including Xbox. And it doesn't even have to go to other platforms. They could just stick it on Xbox One as well, and it'll just be another reason for people to, jump from the 360 to the One. You don't have to go out and make it for the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. People should start focusing on making games just for these new consoles now. It's about time that people upgrade. Anyways,
I'm still yet to play Rocket League. But I've heard
so
it's
am I,
pretty much,
obviously, because I don't have a PlayStation.
but I've heard it's pretty much blown up with its popularity.
Right.
I did play
It's
the supersonic acrobatic rocket powered battle cars in PS3, and it seemed like pretty much the same game. Although I don't recall it being that popular on PS3, so maybe there's something new with this next gen Rocket League version. I don't know.
right. I think there is something different to this game, in terms of adding like another sport to it. In terms of, and it's not just racing. It's cars that are kind of cartoonish and racing cars added to a soccer match, really. And instead of people using their feet and all that, it's the car just bumping the ball around,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it unique. The game's unique, and there's probably other games that have done that. You can argue Pong is that. You can argue, you know,
Well, I
all
wonder
other types of
the
games that
fact
have been out there. But
if the fact that Rocket League was free for a while, if that really boosted its popularity,
yeah.
and definitely.
So like we said, it's coming out to other platforms. It's obviously coming out to the Xbox One. Just don't know a time frame on this yet. They don't even know a time frame on this yet. They're obviously working on it. And like I said, they must have had an exclusivity deal with Sony to, not have it developed for the Xbox One right away.
Yeah.
Like I read in that article last week, I believe. They said
Otherwise,
that.
they would have done that.
Right. It definitely would have done it because, like I said, it blew up in popularity, and then Xbox people were missing out, and they obviously see it all over YouTube. I mean, everybody's playing it. So there's that. And on the topic of exclusives, Xbox, the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, says that first-party exclusives are the future, saying that, and I totally disagree with this, but oh well, that backing their Xbox's titles of Tomb Raider, Forza, Gears of War, and Halo are the way to go in the future. And as much as he does have some credit behind that, and yeah, it does make sense to a degree, I don't think that exclusives are the future. It's a way to have a leg up on the other guy, but it certainly isn't the future. I mean, Call of Duty is pretty much, you can argue that it's still like the pillar of gaming.
Yeah, to some degree, maybe not as much as before, but
right.
Still.
Because of its, because of the game being on every platform, it draws so much people to each of those platforms. There's millions of people playing on, each PlayStation device, each Xbox device, and there's thousands of people playing it on the PC as well. And the numbers came out for Advanced Warfare. That's way down than what it used to be for previous Call of Duties, circa Ghost. Really is when it started to take that downturn. But those are games that really both PlayStation, Xbox, and the PC use to boost their numbers and get people on the respective consoles and platforms. Tomb Raider, is it really that popular of a game? Yeah, but it obviously is, but it doesn't have the amount of people playing it as a Call of Duty would, or you can name other games, but Call of Duty is
obviously, you can't really compare it to Call of Duty, but I guess it's popular to some degree.
Right. I'm comparing it in terms of numbers. They're obviously saying like this is obviously a numbers type of discussion here. Where they're just saying like, how can we beat PlayStation exclusives? Well, of course, that's how you get a leg up, and saying, well, you can only play Tomb Raider and Halo on the Xbox, whereas Sony has their thing of you can only play The Last of Us, and at the moment Rocket League, and all the other games that are exclusive for PlayStation as well.
Uncharted, I'm thinking.
Right. So
a Metal Gear Solid.
Right. Yeah. But I still think that exclusives, they give you the life, but they aren't what separates each of the consoles in terms of how well they perform. I think what separates the consoles are the consoles itself. I'm always a firm believer on how what games you like and how you play, how your play style towards video games. It just so happens that all the games that I like are on the Xbox when I got an Xbox anyways. And they were also on the PlayStation, but I had an Xbox. So it was never like, well, I don't need to go out and get a PlayStation because the games I like are on the Xbox. I don't need to spend another $300 something. And
I like Halo, but do I like it so much that I would pay for? How much would it take, like, for the Xbox and the Halo games, like $400?
Pretty much, yeah. You're spending $400 for just a game, basically.
So maybe I don't like Halo that much.
Right.
But if it was
that's just one of the downturns. Go ahead.
If it was on PS4, I would definitely play Halo too.
Right. But, it's a Microsoft product that's never going to be on Halo. Ever, ever, ever. And you just have to accept it. If you want to play, you go over to a friend's house or you buy the console. It's one of the two. Or you just watch it on YouTube because there's obviously going to be gameplays and walkthroughs and all that nonsense. So
yeah, that usually works.
And it does work. And that's how people get some viewers on YouTube and subscribers, is because of that too. But I'm the same way. Do I want to, just because Rocket League's on the PlayStation 4? Do I want to go out and get a PlayStation 4? No, because it costs a lot. So yeah, there's give and take in the gaming world. And it's just another thing I gotta give up. Oh well, it's not a big deal. So there's some new PlayStation news I know for you to announce.
Oh yeah, it's already time for those. Actually, Batman commented, "Lol, I slept in again, but I have a good excuse since I had my tiny surgery again." Yeah, I heard he had a surgery, and he even had proof about his surgery.
Hey man, just recover. Don't worry about us. Just do you until you can, share with us the experience of being on the podcast.
So about the what did you say? The PS4 announcing?
Yeah.
So the thing is, starting from September 2015, PS4 owners can vote for future free PS Plus games. This is confirmed by Sony. I mean, we've been getting free PS Plus games for a while now, but starting from September, we can actually vote which game we want to be free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually it's been like we have had 2 or 3 free games every month,
Right.
and now it seems like they will make a poll for the next month, and they will add like 7 games inside that poll, and then you get to vote. And the one voted the most will be out for free, and the others will be out for discounts. I don't know if this actually means that there will always be just one single free game every month, and the others will be in discount. But I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because it seems like we're gonna be getting less free games, but at least we can actually vote on which game we actually want to be free.
Right.
Now,
Totally true.
of course, these games that will be in the poll are gonna be like old games or just indie games that obviously they're not gonna put big titles
Right.
to be voted for free games. That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Both. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Can you see me?
Kinda. It's kind of laggy, but I can.
Yeah. It's saying that on my computer. It's saying that the thing wasn't responding. So I don't know if I want to exit out.
Yeah,
or not,
I think this Hangouts thing is lagging a bit, but I can hear you perfectly.
All right. All right. Well, it's an audio podcast, anyways. So I'm really thinking of exiting out, but anyways, yeah. Oh, it's because of this article. Let me close that. So, yeah, I totally get why, games that are indie developed become free. It's so that they get their initial,
Oh, I think I lost connection. Can you hear me? Oh no. I don't know if you can hear me, but something was wrong here. I'm just gonna refresh this thing. Okay, so I don't know if am I the only one here? Is there anybody watching our podcast right now? I think we lost Rex. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we lost Rex. Hold on, I'm gonna try to. Oh, Mr. Pink says now podcast is Finn's. So it's my show now. I think we lost Rex. I'm gonna try to get him back. Just hold on, guys. Hang with me here. Damn it, Rex. All right, let's send him the link. Come back, bro. Can't do this without you. I think we're good. Rex, you here? Man, I had so much fun making my own podcast show. Felt like suddenly I had so much power. So I can see Rex joined, but I can't hear his voice. Apparently some connection issues going on. Well, damn. We made at least we made 8 episodes until something like this happened, so I guess that's a good ratio. So this works most of the time. Batman said, LOL, I'm fine. Going to RTX tomorrow. I don't know what that means. Hype. Also, I hope you guys talking about how every Games with Gold Game on the 360 from now on will be backwards compatible for the Xbox One. Well, that's cool, Batman. So it's good to be Xbox player right now. So now the Xbox One gets like 4 games each month. Whoop! And we get like 1 game starting from September. Mr. Pink says, now you can talk about anything you want. Oh, yes. Finally, we got rid of Rex. I'm actually trying to contact him on Skype. Can you get back? Because I think the podcast is still going on, even though this podcast was actually started by Rex. So I don't know how it is in my show right now, but now that Rex is gone, we have more viewers than ever. So we know who the real star is. Also, Batman says, going to be meeting up with Fan, Tia, and Fate at RTX, so we'll have a nice group going. Well, it'll be nice, the hype is real. Cool. It's good. That's good to hear, Batman.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, are you back?
Yes, I'm back now. I let you finish that until I came back. So, yeah, one of the asks is RTX this weekend, which is the widely mistaken as the Rooster Teeth Expo, but it's absolutely not that. They've already came out and said that many a times now. It's just like it's a convention put on by Rooster Teeth. It's just named RTX. And I'm so jealous that they're both going. I know that Fate, if I have a deal with Fate that if they if he sees a exclusive T-shirt, he'll buy it for me. Unless he can only get one. He goes, one of his friends doesn't really need the shirt or something like that. He goes, one of my friends won't need it or whatever, or won't care too much, and he'd get the shirt and then send it to me, and I'd give him the money or whatever, how much it cost or whatever. So I'm excited. I'm not going to be there, and I have a chance of getting some limited edition stuffs.
But Batman still insists that RTX is the Rooster Teeth Expo. Pretty fun event.
Well, yeah, it pretty much is the Rooster Teeth Expo, but they still come out and say that it doesn't. Those letters don't stand for anything. It just is RTX. And I don't know if they're like being funny about it, because they are like a production company that's kind of based around pretty much everything they do is comedic. So I don't know if they're always just joking around or not, but they've said it many times seriously enough that it means nothing. But it's just produced by Rooster Teeth. I don't know. Okay. I don't really care.
It's complicated.
Right. It's a complicated thing.
But I think I'm pretty much done with the PS Plus vote to play thing.
I forgot what I was talking about while I was ranting on, and realized, wait a minute, I just lagged out.
Well, basically, to sum it up, starting from September, PS4 gamers can vote which game they want to be a free download every month. So
right.
Don't forget
I think along the lines I was saying, like, that's good because the indie games are, they need a initial kick. Indie games don't do well off the bat. That's just it's obvious unless they have a lot of hype, and most of them don't.
Except if you make Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, I mean, like, but you know what to expect when you have sequels. It's the initial. Here's a game. Hopefully, this takes off because it's an indie game. It's not going to get its. It's a third-party thing. It's not first-party. You won't be on the front page of whatever console you're going on, or multiple consoles for that matter. So it's hard and to announce that, hey, we're going to be free for a week. That's a huge boost for them, especially in a game. I was saying how especially in a game where there's microtransactions. If people like the game enough, they'll buy $5-10 worth of in-game money or whatever, or a power-up or something or whatever to make their gameplay a little bit better on whatever game they're playing. So that's what I was getting at. I don't know if that caught on the stream before I got dropped, but oh well.
All right, Batman says
technical difficulties.
Batman still talks about the Rooster Teeth Expo. He says, "LOL." Well, I mean, they host it. They just don't like to call it that. Kind of like what you
Right.
said. So it's
Right.
going to be 45,000 people this year. So pretty busy and
Yeah.
big.
They had to move to a bigger convention center because of that. Because they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Anyways, all right. So make sure you guys check out the Rooster Teeth convention that's going to go on over the weekend. They're going to be live streaming quite a lot of events and panels and all that. It's not just Rooster Teeth content. There's a lot of people outside of Rooster Teeth that go there to get seen. So there's going to be quite the amount of live streams and stuff. So check it out. I'd advise it to do that. All right. So moving on here.
Finally.
So Xbox One is coming out with a 2 terabyte external hard drive that you can plug in via USB, and they're partnering with Seagate on this, which is a pretty well-known external hard drive creator, I could say, or company, and they're calling it the official Seagate game drive for Xbox. And obviously, this is a huge issue in the gaming world of hard drive space. More so now on the consoles because games require you to download them to your hard drives. And since the base consoles only had 500 gigs, people are running out of space pretty quickly because most games are about 20, 30 on average gigabytes.
Yeah.
And when you get 10, 11, 12 games, you're pretty much at the cap right there.
Yeah, digital games are becoming a thing, so there's that as well.
After your 10th, or 12th game, you reach the cap of the space that you have on your hard drive, and you
so what's the
would have
internal hard drive right now? It's like half a terabyte, 500 gigabytes, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily, mine's a terabyte, but I'm already less than 200 gigabytes away from being full. So even I'm thinking about going out and getting an external hard drive, and I'm probably going to go out and get a 5 terabyte Seagate external hard drive.
It does sound handy.
Yeah, and they're also cheap. I go, this is going to be this 2 terabyte hard drive is going to be $109.99 US dollars. It will be available on Amazon and at GameStop. You could probably also purchase it from Microsoft, their store. And for another $30, I can get 3 more terabytes. That's going to be the route I'm going to take. But at least Xbox is realizing that they need to start making some external hard drives so that people can buy more space, basically. And they also have to keep in mind the cost because of they're partnering with Seagate because they realize they're one of the more popular brands out there in terms of external hard drives. So it at least they're finally realizing it after 2 years of the gaming out that people fill up with space a lot, especially when they're video game advocates and play it often. 500 gigabytes pretty quickly fills up. So there's that. Not much news because I'm still going out and buying a Seagate 5 terabyte hard drive. So I think I remember talking about video game movies. Remember that conversation we had, the personal podcast we did?
Well, yeah, actually, but before we get to that, can we take a couple of comments because we have more comments from Batman once again. So Batman says, talking about Rooster Teeth Expo, I assume. No, it's the same. It's the same convention center. They're just using a couple of hotel lobbies now too.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, cool. They did move. Last year they did move to the convention center. They're here now because of the amount of people, and they're just desperate in finding space because of just how much is going on.
So many people coming in.
Yeah.
And Batman also says, blah, don't go higher than 2 terabytes, because then you gotta have another power cord to power the HDD. 2 terabyte or smaller can usually be powered by the USB cable connected to the Xbox. Does it mean like if you have a higher than 2 terabyte external hard drive, then it has to be powered with another power cord?
Yeah, which is not a problem for me because I have surge protectors all throughout the room. I have like 3 of them. I have one right here, another behind me. I got one in the corner over there too. My room is a surge protector or surge protector room. It's outlets upon outlets upon outlets, so I'm okay. Don't worry.
If you can handle power cords, then be my guest. Go over 2 terabytes.
Yeah.
And finally, Batman says 2 things. Did you guys talk about the Halo Wars 2 announcement for Xbox One and Windows 10? Also about how Destiny is going to.
Oh wait, no.
Huh?
We're getting into Destiny.
Actually,
don't worry about that.
We're talking about Destiny. We didn't say anything about Halo Wars 2.
No, but we already have quite a lot to talk about this week, but we can certainly add that. We've already added a couple things into our next week topic because there's so much to talk about this week, or this. There's so much available this week, so.
Batman, stay tuned for Destiny. We're definitely gonna talk about that in the same podcast.
Mm-hmm. But we were moving on to some movie discussion here. So we were talking about we had a podcast a while back. I'm forgetting the episode number, but
like 6 or something.
I think it was 5 or 6. We made it a personal podcast. No, it was 5. It was me. We were talking about what video games would make good movies, or movies that would make video games, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think we also mentioned, a couple movies that already had, or a couple video games that already had a movie or whatever. And we both mentioned Hitman as a movie and a video game series we enjoyed enough. Yeah. And oddly enough, it kind of sprung up on both of us. And I saw the commercial through YouTube today, and that's what made me look at it. Excuse me. So they are coming out with a Hitman movie again, and I'm pretty excited for it because it's titled Hitman Agent 47.
Yeah.
So
another Hitman movie coming out.
Obviously, self-explanatory. Have played Hitman. For those of you that have played the game already, you kind of know what to expect in terms of his capabilities of the game. It's it's a shooter, so there's going to be a lot of action in the movie. But in terms of this movie, they really do. Agent 47 and his the agents, because Agent 47 stands for the 47th edition. He's multiple agents because there was 46 previous to him as well. And he has superhuman abilities and all that, and he's basically engineered from birth to be a killing machine. So there's that, and the movie really delves into a mega corporation that wants to unlock the secrets of the agents for themselves, and he has to team up with a woman who is actually the daughter of the creators of the agents, or daughter of the creator of the agents, not plural on creators. Sorry, grammar people, I misspoke there. So it's right. So he's teaming up with the daughter, who also has the same powers he does that she learns, and they team up and take on this mega corporation who's trying to track him down. And pretty much capture him. So I'm pretty excited for this movie.
I mean, of course, we already had one Hitman movie, but judging from this trailer, this new Hitman movie trailer, this movie seems to be more true to the video game franchise.
Right.
I mean,
they're going more into the story rather than kind of just saying, well, here's a Hitman, this is what he does, which is what the previous Hitman was pretty much about. It's like, well, here's Hitman. It's based on the video game series, and he's just a killing machine, and we'll showcase.
Yeah, but
that's
I mean,
kind of what him.
I when I watched the first Hitman movie, it didn't really seem like the Hitman from the movie. It didn't really feel like the Hitman I experienced from the Hitman games. It seemed like he had so human emotions, which I mean, felt weird. I think he actually fell in love with some random hooker somewhere. So it just seems so weird. And this new movie just seems to be staying more true to the fact that Hitman is a mindless killing machine.
Right.
And so that's why I'm more excited about this than I was about the other movie. So that's cool.
Some names in the movie. The two big names in the movie are Rupert Friend's going to play Agent 47, and Zachary Quinto is going to play the protagonist in the movie as well. He's one of I guess he's the boss of the mega corporation that's out to get him. All right, so we'll move on from that. So we're both excited for the movie because we're both Hitman advocates. So like Batman wanted and like we planned, we were going to talk about how Destiny has become, it's become huge, and so huge that they've surpassed 2 billion hours of gameplay through the combination of 20 million players across all the consoles that it's on and platforms. So that's yet another great achievement from a widely popular video game. And that will go down in the history books. A very great accomplishment for Destiny and Bungie. And they also decided to release some information on us, some updates that are be coming out in the future. One of them, both of them very, very interesting. One of them will really drastically affect how you play the game. So, with that, there are changes coming to the leveling system. For those of you guys that know Destiny, you understand how the leveling system works, but because there's other people out there that don't play Destiny, such as myself, but I know how it works, I will continue to say how it works at the moment. So you level up 1 to 20 based upon XP, and that's pretty much self-explanatory. But as soon as you hit level 20, that's your cap. In order to surpass that, you had to obtain special gear that had a certain amount of light armor to it. That's light was the thing, and that would jump you past level 20, allowing you to go to level 34 now.
I think 40 is the cap right now. It used to be 30 or 32 or something like that, but I think
right now it's 34, and I know Batman will probably jump on and say which one it is.
34.
But I think it's 34.
Okay. I thought it was something like 40, but maybe not.
Well, it will be 40. So what they're instead going to do is they're going to allow your Guardian to level up from 1 all the way to the new cap of 40 by just basically doing what you would do in any other game of just completing missions, killing enemies, and completing the bounties. It's more true to the whole XP system.
It's going to be the traditional way, just gain XP and level up, basically all the way from first level to max level.
Right, because they understand that there's some people out there that play the game a lot, but still aren't that max level cap because of them not getting the loot that the luck of the loot system drops. They're getting boned, and they still have so many more hours put in. To someone who can, because it's a luck of the draw type of thing, way less hours than them, but they're level 34. They're like maybe 1 or 2 levels higher than them, and it's like, where's the fairness in that?
The light stuff there, random drops.
Right.
You can't just create light armor. You get or you don't get, and you might not even get the best kind of light armor that would get you all the way to the max cap.
Right.
And that sucks.
Right. So they one of the creative directors released a statement saying the conflation of gear and character level led to this place where your identity was determined by things outside of your control, which is what we're saying. It's all based upon luck and the luck of the drop, so to say. And they said that we don't want to do that. And like we said, they realized that there's people out there that put hours into the game, want to be the max level, still can't because of the drops and how unlucky they are for them.
Destiny wasn't called the grind fest for no reason. You had to grind a lot.
So with that, they're also making changes to the loot system. So based upon what you already have in terms of your equipment, it will drop a loot according to what you already have, so it won't duplicate drops. You won't get 2 of the same armor now. It'll take into account what you have and drop something that you shouldn't have. At least that's where they want to go with that. Hopefully there's no bugs that it will drop duplicate armor.
I mean, it doesn't seem like they're just going to get rid of it doesn't seem like you're just gonna get new stuff from now on, but it seems like you're more likely gonna get new stuff than some old stuff. So it's gonna be more to your favor, but still, you might just be unlucky and get something you already have.
Right. It's still a random generated type of coding, so it's whatever comes to whatever. It's literally you have no clue until it happens. But they are making the changes. They are realizing what's good and what's not. The game has been out for almost a year. Almost a year, September 9th, I believe.
It's kind of weird. It's like long overdue. People have complained about the light system for ever since they had to use it. So I mean, it's
more
kind
or
of weird
less
to me
it
how
was more or less it was a test to see how well this works versus your, like you said, the normal way of leveling up in pretty much every game out there that has a leveling system of completing missions that give you XP and all that.
But basically the light system will be a thing in the past very soon. So I don't know what happens to your armor that do have lighting. Is it just going to disappear? The light, attribute is just going to disappear at all?
Who knows how they'll do that? How they'll compensate for that? Be interesting to see how that works. But I don't know. We'll see.
And the biggest change in all of this, Nolan North is going to replace Peter Dinklage as Ghost in Destiny: The Taken King.
Yeah.
No more Tyrion Lannister with you when you're exploring the dungeons. So
they're removing his his lines of the Ghost and adding all new lines for with a new voice actor.
Well, actually, to be fair, obviously, a lot of people did complain that Peter Dinklage almost sounded bored. When, he's talking. So maybe this is not that bad of a choice.
Right.
But I really did like having Peter Dinklage with me while exploring the caves.
Because I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so I was like, hey, look, it's Peter Dinklage. He's the Dinklebot. So we'll see how these Destiny changes affect the game in a positive way or a negative way. Seems like the leveling system will affect it in a positive way because it'll be easier for you to level.
I definitely see this news as a good news. I mean, I never really was a fan of the light system myself.
Yeah, and a lot of unfair advantages put on with the light system. So
Bungie is tweaking the loot system so it favors the player more, and that's just good.
Yeah, it seems like they're realizing, and it seems like they've been working on this stuff. Like I said, if it takes a year for them to figure it out, I think it's more of let's see if this will work type of thing, and we can always make that adjustment later on. It seems like this was all kind of planned. It doesn't seem like this, everybody hates it, so we're gonna change it right away. They didn't do that. They wanted to see how well it would do throughout a whole year, if you understand what I'm saying. You can't just implement something and then change it right away. That's the other thing you can't do. You can't change your game of what you sought it out to be, a couple months after it's released. It's kind of unprecedented. It's never been done before. So,
well, I mean, you'd have to change everything all the time because people hate everything. So,
right. So yeah, it's something that's kind of been long awaiting, and they're gonna do it. All right. So we're about almost done here. We're gonna wrap up shortly. We have just one more thing to do, to talk about another popular game, an announcement. So we just want to let you know this episode of Vicecast is brought to you by ViceGamers.com. Come check us out at ViceGamers.com. Come sign up, be a part of Vice, play with us on all of the platforms we play on, from both PlayStation consoles, both Xbox consoles, and the PC. We play multiple mini games, and like we said, we play so many games, from Destiny and GTA and Elder Scrolls, Halo, PlanetSide 2, Rocket League. We even play Minecraft. We have our own server, and there's many other games that we play out there, from FIFA and NBA 2K. If you play a game, guarantee you someone else in Vice Gamers plays it as well, and you can team up with them, you can play with them, you can play against them. We're always doing some of. Yeah, go ahead.
Just follow the website in my name tag, register, and join us with our games.
All right. Make sure, if you're going to do that, make sure you post in the introduction section and let us know who you are and what you play, when you're on, so we can hit you up and add you as a friend and move on from there and do some awesome things. So that was the announcement. Before we move on to our last topic of today.
I can totally see the reflection of the monitor from your glasses.
Oh, really? Can you see me? Look at me. Look at me. You see me? You see my head?
You look scary.
All right. So our last topic today is Star Wars Battlefront. There's a new news coming out from the widely anticipated game coming out later this year, November. So there's a lot of speculation about there being a all aerial assault game mode, and that has come to fruition. Battlefront has a mode that they just revealed called Fighter Squadron, where it's all aerial assault battle. And voila, there it is, guys. There's the answer to another one of your many questions about Battlefront. So it's, very, to me, it's very, reminiscent on Battlefront 2, on how they had their aerial assault battles. And even cooler now, because I can play in the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon will be one of the air vehicles that you'll be able to pilot, along with Boba Fett's pilot.
Yeah, the ugly-ass spaceship Boba Fett uses in the Star Wars Episode 5, I'm thinking.
I think so. I think that's when you see it.
Yeah. I never liked the appearance of that spaceship, but I guess it's cool.
Yeah, it definitely has the cool auto or guided rockets that you can shoot from it.
But the different ships have different features, and
Yep.
That's like the Boba Fett ship had the missiles that other ships don't have.
Right, because he's a bounty hunter. Of course, he has something cool up his sleeve. So. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for Fighter Squadron, the Fighter Squadron mode. they pretty much hid this one from us. I had, no one really had any clue. They never talked about it ever. They never gave any hints to it. It was never discussed in any articles other than, is it a possibility? Of course it was a possibility, but was it a thing? Now it's a thing, and now everybody's happy.
Yeah. When possibility becomes thing, everyone becomes happy.
Right.
Yeah.
So just another thing that's piquing my interest in a game that I already love, without even playing it yet. All right. So that's all the stuff we got this week for the Vicecast.
We got through this surprisingly quick, even though it felt like we had a ton of different topics.
Yeah, I think we kept to our hour time limit pretty well, I believe.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys. Well, remember, if you guys want to be a guest, just hit us up on gamers.com. Shoot either FinHale or myself a message. We do this pretty much every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We've gotten asked quite a couple questions on, will you guys do this at a different time because I work or I have something to do on a Wednesday at that time that you normally do it at. Yes, but my schedule seems to be unforgiving in terms of when I'm able to do this, and not to mention that from FinHale living in Finland, that's 7 hours ahead of me time. Right now it's 8 p.m. for him. It's almost nighttime. It's almost time for bed for him.
Yeah, I'm feeling tired already.
So we have to keep in mind that, we have time zone differences, we have scheduling differences, and all that. So it's hard for us to get on already on a set date and time. We have this, and that's pretty fortunate already. So we apologize, but what can you do? But you can always view our podcast episodes. There's nothing wrong with going back in time and looking us up, and watching us. We appreciate all the viewers we have already. That's
all the 2 viewers. How many do we have actually?
I think we have 4.
We actually have 4.
Live.
Holy crap! Yeah. We're getting viral.
So if you are able to be a guest, just shoot us a message. Otherwise, it's same place, same time next week. Tune in after the fact. Whatever one works for you, we're okay with it.
And feel free to recommend topics, suggest some topics.
Right, we always post a thread about 5 days ahead of time. We don't like to make it like 2 days after the day after this podcast, because what's the point in that? Gotta wait for some news to come out to do that. So, anyways, guys, this has been episode 8. I'm Rex.
I'm Finn.
And we're signing off. Make sure you guys go download World of Tanks on the Xbox. Go ahead and do it. I know you want to. It's pretty fun. I'm making some videos, though. You guys are going to see how awesome this game is. See.
Cool.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye.